Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, students. Hello. Good afternoon. Okay. Welcome you all to this discussion session. Today we are going to discuss the Narayana material. This is a mock test 3 question paper. I hope you people are sincerely preparing for examinations. I wish you all the best for tomorrow's test. And after completion of the session, we go through all the model question paper that we have sent to you, and refer prepare and refer maximum the information. Okay, thank you. The first question. Look at the board. Which are the following statements about the partial pressure of gases? Okay, is true. That is the question. Partial pressure of gases is true. Partial pressure of O2 in the lung is greater than partial pressure of deoxygenated blood. First off, you must know that partial pressure of oxygen in the lungs. PO2 in the lung. Okay, it is a partial pressure of lungs. It is about 104 millimeter in mercury level. Okay, and partial pressure of O2 in deoxygenated blood is a lesser, that is approximately about 45 millimeter in mercury level, that is CO2, right? So, and the next one, partial pressure of CO2 in the lung in the sense that is in the alveoli, is greater than partial pressure of deoxygenated blood. It is wrong. So the statement is wrong. When compared to lung, that is CO2 in the lung, CO2 concentration in the deoxygenated blood is more. So first option is wrong. The second option, partial pressure of O2 in the lungs is greater than partial pressure of O2 in the deoxygenated blood. So in a lung, especially in the alveoli, the partial pressure of oxygen is more. It is about 104 millimeter mercury level. And the CO2 in the lung is lesser than the CO2 in the deoxygenated. This also you must know the partial pressure of oxygen and carbon dioxide variation that playing a very, very important role for the transportation of gases. So remember this, O2 in the lung about 104 millimeter mercury level. CO2 in the lung is not 45, is a 40 millimeter mercury level. And CO2, that is CO2 in deoxygenated blood. CO2 in deoxygenated blood is about there is a 45 mmHg. 45 mmHg. If you check the carbon dioxide variation between the lungs, CO2 in lungs, this one is a 40, and in deoxygenated blood is a more. That is here partial pressure of CO2 in the deoxygenated blood is about 45 mmHg. So this option is correct. Okay, so here you must compare the carbon dioxide as well as oxygen partial pressure variation, both in the lungs as well as blood, and also that is in the tissue. In tissue and the deoxygenated blood is more or less same. So partial pressure of oxygen lung lesser than partial pressure of the deoxygenated blood is wrong, right? And partial pressure of oxygen lungs is lesser than there is a partial pressure of oxygen deoxygenated blood. So in the first statement more or less same. And here partial pressure of CO2 is lesser, partial pressure of this one is wrong. But the first statement, this one is correct, this one wrong. So option 4 is also wrong. So for this second one is the correct. So for this question or this kind of questions, you must check. You must check the chart. Then only you can easily find out the answer for this kind of question. Okay, next one, birth control. Next question, birth control methods may be, first one is here is given a hormone. This one is given hormonal. Second is the mechanical. Third one is the surgical. So in surgical method, only two techniques are followed. This is also called permanent sterilization. One is called vasectomy. Another one is called tubectomy. Okay, tubectomy. So by these two terms, you can find out. So first is hormonal, second mechanical, third surgical. Among these, rhythm method is not surgical. The using this condom is not surgical. Spermicide is not surgical. So vasectomy is surgical. And if you come to this next one, mechanical method. In mechanical method, we have two. One is IUD and another one is called IUS, the intrauterine system. So this one is the correct. And hormonal method, here is using condom is not a hormonal. Intrauterine device is a mechanical method. Pills, okay, this is the correct one. And you know that the pills, especially progestin, okay, progestin is a pill that is commonly used or prepared. This contains both are made up of produced by the combination of both estrogen and progesterone. This is the best. There is a hormonal. There is a method that is usage of pill. The pill is called progestin. Okay, so option 3 is the correct answer for this question. And if you see the first one, the first one, condom is not there. Spermicide is not this method. And fourth one is here is the vasectomy. Vasectomy is the permanent birth control method in the case of male. It is a vas deferentia is cut and ligate. Okay, it's cut and ligate. And the next one, come to the question number 138. This is 138. Okay, look at this diagram. Okay, so in this, the diagram shows the losses from the rat. Is losses from the rat to the environment. What will not be returned? Look at this question. What will not be returned to the ecosystem and recycle? See here, that is through the skin, the heat energies that is released, and through by the process of respiration, carbon dioxide, water, that is exhaled, and through the excretion, water, salt, and urea, that is eliminated. In this, the one which is not returned to the ecosystem and also recycled. We know that here carbon dioxide that is actually utilized by the plants for photosynthesis, and of course water that is also recycled. Here is the excretory product, water, salt, urea, that is also recycled and used. But when the heat energy is not used, only the heat energy is unidirectional. It is a unidirectional. So this one is not returned, not utilized. So for this option 2, heat energy is the correct answer. And next one, ecological pyramid of biomass in marine habitat is upright type. It's not upright type. You remember this in marine ecosystem. In marine ecosystem, always in marine ecosystem, the producers that is present in the bottom, and more than the consumers are present. So here we call this a primary producer. This we call this a primary consumer in marine ecosystem. And if you go to this the remaining primary, secondary consumer or carnivore animal. So in the the pyramid is inverted in shape. It is a ecological pyramid of biomass in marine ecosystem is inverted triangle. So amount of biomass increases from the primary producer to the top carnivore. So in every trophic level, the biomass is actually increased. So in an aquatic ecosystem, especially the phytoplanktons are the producers. When compared to the phytoplankton population, zooplanktons are more. Zooplankton population, it is more. So likewise, and in a succeeding or successive trophic level, the primary consumer carnivore animal like top carnivore, these populations are more. So first statement is wrong. Next one, amount of biomass in the first trophic level is more than the successive. So not more, it is a very less. So both the statements are wrong. So for this question, both 1 and 2 correct. Here 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect. Here 1 is incorrect, 2 is correct. Both 1 and 2 are incorrect. This is the correct answer for this kind of question. So we go through this chart as well as the pyramid, which is actually given in your book for number as well as the biomass is a important one, and compare the biomass as well as the number of individuals in each and every trophic level in all ecosystems, especially the terrestrial as well as the aquatic ecosystem that we go through. This important one. Next, blood. Next question. Blood is a connective tissue. Is a fluid connective tissue. Is the correct. Second one, it is a blood composed of fluid plasma and the cells that is called blood corpuscles. Here, you remember this. Plasma is about 55% and blood cells are 45%. Only in the 55% of plasma, if you consider this 100%, in plasma, 90 to 92% is water, remaining is the solutes, right? Remaining nearly 8%, 8 to 10% is the solutes. So the solutes and also water, these are the part of the plasma, not part of the blood. And the third one, it is slightly alkaline fluid and pH 7.4 is also correct. And the fourth one consists of 90 to 93% of water and 8% of solid is wrong, because in blood 90 to 90% of water is not present. That is the composition of only plasma, not blood. So first 3 statements. Okay, first 3 statements are correct. These first 3 statements are correct, right? And the fourth one is wrong. So if you look at this, 1, 2 only is given here, 2 and 4. This one is wrong, and 1, 2, 3, right? And the last one is given 1, 2, 3 are correct. Fourth one is the wrong. So fourth option is correct one. Next one, the receptor present the sackless and utriculus. Sackless and utriculus are part of the inner ear. This part of the inner ear. Here in sackless and utriculus, the sensory cells are present, a receptor present called maculae is the correct answer. Suppose instead of sackless and utriculus, if they ask the semicircular canal, in semicircular canal, the sensitive or receptors present here, it is called crista. It is called crista ambularis. It's called crista ambularis is the correct answer. Suppose if they give instead of sackless and utriculus is given, and statoliths, see the first option, statoliths, it is a calcium carbonate material. It is a CaCO3 material that is actually present in the statocyst. Statocyst is the balancing organ in invertebrate organs. Statolith is the calcium carbonate or calcium carbonate material, right? This is the calcium material useful for balancing in invertebrate organs. And the diaper cells, these are actually found in human ear. Within human ear it is present, but it is not having any kinds of receptors. right? And it is a stereocilia. These are stereocilia cells. The stereocilia cells actually it is helps to convert the physical forces from sound and also head movement, right? This one convert the sound and head movement into electrical impulses. It is also present in our body like villi-like or cilia-like structures. It helps to increase the convert the sound waves into electrical impulses. Electrical impulse. Right? Next one. Next one. Okay. Come to the next one now. Identify the correctly matched pair. One is 4 option. The first one, cardiac center. Cardiac center, which controls the process of that is cardiac function. That is present in the medulla oblongata is the correct answer. It is present in the medulla oblongata is the correct answer. The first one. So medulla oblongata, it is also called medulla oblongata is also called vital knot. It is also called a vital knot. It has the centers for breathing, heartbeat function, and blood vessel, okay, contraction or blood vessel, controlling the contraction, relaxation of the blood vessel is controlled by the medulla oblongata. So cardiac center is present in medulla oblongata. Remember this, not in brain. It is not present in brain. It is present in the medulla oblongata. And then thermoregulatory center is not present in cerebellum. So that means where it is present. Thermoregulatory center is present in this one. Thermoregulatory center present in hypothalamus. Present in hypothalamus. And the next one, respiratory center. Respiratory center is present in medulla oblongata. So both cardiac center not in hypothalamus. Okay, both cardiac center, respiratory center present in medulla oblongata. These are not present in hypothalamus. And the hunger center is present in hypothalamus. Remember this, hypothalamus has the centers, right, for controlling the sleep-wake cycle or circadian rhythm, feeling good after meal, right? The hunger center, all these are actually present in the hypothalamus. So hypothalamus is acting a central part between the nervous system and also the endocrine system, right? And next one. So the correct answer is first one. Next one, Mongolism. What is Mongolism? Mongolism, it is also called Mongolism is also called Down syndrome. Down syndrome. The Down syndrome that occurs due to, okay, it occurs due to the 21, right, trisomy chromosomes, or it is called 21 trisomy. That means during the meiotic cell division, the 21st chromosome, either in male or female gamete, they may not separate. That is called a non-distension of the 21st chromosome during the process of meiosis. That leads to there is a two autosomal 21st chromosome will be combined. When this one fertilized after fertilization, forming the trisomy condition. So trisomy of 21st chromosome. Option A is our first option, is the correct one for question number 143. Trisomy of 18 chromosome is called 18 trisomy, and monosomy is not a monosomy. Single 21st chromosome is not able to produce this kind of abnormal characteristics. Monosomy in the 11 is also not wrong, not correct. 18 trisomy is there, and 13 trisomy we call this the Patu syndrome. It's called as a Patu syndrome. And next one, look at the chromosomes. The given below a highly simplified representation of the human sex chromosome. That is, this one is X chromosome, this one is called Y chromosome. So from this karyotype, here a gene A and gene B, two genes are actually mentioned. Gene 1, gene A, and here is a gene B. Two genes are it is mentioned. The genes in the A and B could be off. Okay, so we know that the X, these actually genes are called X-linked genes. These genes are called X-linked genes. These are called X-linked genes because the genes are actually linked with this X chromosomes. X chromosome. And here, these genes actually for color blindness and body weight. The gene for body height is not present in X chromosome. So option A1 is wrong. Second one, attached earlobe and rhesus blood group. Again, you remember this. There is no gene for determination of blood group in X chromosome. So option 2 is also wrong. The third one, hemophilia and red-green color blindness. The gene is actually present in X chromosome, not in Y chromosome. Phenylketonuria, hemophilia. Okay, for phenylketonuria, the gene is not present here. So X chromosome genes you must know for this. Like the X chromosome, which is responsible for determination of the female characteristics, and also for some other genes are present. So here the disease hemophilia and also color blindness, the genes are present in X chromosome. So for 144, option 3 is the correct answer. Next one, fossil X is older than the fossil Y. From this you can easily find out fossil X is older means that is present in the lower strata. That is present in the lower strata. So X is found in the deeper sedimentation. Fossil Y found in the deeper sedimentation is wrong, and the fossil Y homologous is wrong. Both found in the surface layer is wrong. First option is the correct one for question number 145. Right, and who believed the speciation is due to single-step large mutation? It's actually a booklet. Who believed speciation? Okay, believed speciation. Mutation. Okay, that is the concept given by Hugo de Vries. Here, de Vries. So de Vries is the correct answer. He believed the mutation. It's a continuously occurs. And Darwin, here I want to tell you two things. You know that mutation means it is a random. Mutation is the random and also directionless. It may occur at any direction. It may occur in any chromosome. So mutation is the random and the directionless. You first understand this concept. But according to Darwin, this man is actually given the origin of species concept. According to Darwin, variations are small and directional. Variations are small and directional. And also evolution is a slow and a gradual process. But de Vries only believed mutation is caused, it is responsible for speciation, and is also called as a saltation. So the saltation concept is given by Hugo de Vries. Is given by Hugo de Vries. So option 1 is the correct answer. And another one, Haldane, you remember this? He only explained the chemical origin of life, right? And Huxley is also called a neo-Darwin. Is called a neo-Darwin. So for this, speciation is due to single-step mutation believed by that is Hugo de Vries. And the next one, which is correct? The order of evolutionary history of man. So first is pecking man, that is given in all 4 options is correct. Second, not habilis, is the Hilbert man is the correct one, not Neanderthal Homo sapien. So from these 2 options you can easily find out. And from the Hilbert man only, Neanderthal man evolved, and recent man is the Cro-Magnon. Recent man is the Cro-Magnon. So he is actually, the fossil forms of Cro-Magnon is recently discovered. And all the Cro-Magnon characters resemble to the modern man, that is Homo sapien. So option 2 is the correct answer for 147. So for this, you have to check, right, the brain capacity, brain volume. That is important one. Okay, for all groups. And the next one, each unit of category in classification. So this is an easy one. Each unit is called taxon. So you must know the all 7 taxon order wise, and not order, not trophic level, not cohort also. Cohort means it is a group of organisms which are sharing their common character. Cohort means actually a group of organisms. Okay, it is a sharing the common characters or sharing characters. Sharing the characters. Okay, the members of the different groups, they're sharing the characters called cohort. So each unit is called taxon is the correct answer. Next one is the layers of woven from outside to inner. While reading the question paper, you go through very carefully whether they are giving inside to outside or outside to inside. So very close to the egg, very close. Suppose nucleus is there, very close to the egg. The outer membrane is present. That is called plasma membrane and Puttelling membrane. Puttelling membrane. And next to this zona pellucida is there, and outermost membrane is the. There are follicular cells are present. The follicular cells are actually present like this. And these follicular cells are supported by the theca layers, theca intern and theca layers. So from outer to inner, outermost layer is the zona. It is corona layer. It is called corona radiata. The layer is called corona radiata. And second one is zona pellucida. Third one is innermost layer is called Puttelling membrane. So for this question, first option is the correct one. Outer layer is corona. Suppose instead of this outside to inside, if they ask inside to outside, if they ask, the third option is the correct one. Third option. So you read the questions very carefully. And next one. Okay. Phase of menstrual cycle in human that lasts for 7 to 8 days. The number you must remember. Okay. So here the follicular phase. Follicular phase from 6th to 13th day. So 6th to 13th means remember this 1st to 5th day. Okay. 1st to 5th day. Right? And 6th to 13th day, exactly 14th day, and also 15th to 28th. So remember this, you have to calculate this. 1 to 5 is more or less 5 days. 5 days is the first phase of menstrual cycle. First phase of menstrual cycle, and this is a menstrual phase. And the next one, 6th to 13th, it will come around 8 days approximately. Okay, we count, it is about approximately 8 days. 14th day is only one. It is called luteal phase. It is called luteal phase. That is LH surge. And 15th to 28th, it is nearly 13 to 14 days. So remember this, the question is asked here. The phase of menstrual cycle, human that lasts 7 to 8 days, that is the follicular phase. Remember this, the egg develops in the ovary only from this 6th to 13th day. So exactly at 14th day, the egg is released, the process called ovulation. So ovulatory phase is only 1 day. Luteal phase is around 14 days. The menstruation is about 5 days. So for this question, 7 to 8 days is the follicular phase. First option is the correct. And permissible ambient noise level at the silent zone. The silent zone area, the permissible level only 40 decibel. Only 40 decibel. But generally, industrial, remember this industrial noise survey of India. Industrial noise survey of India. According to them, the permissible sound is about 81 decibel to 120 decibel. 81 decibel to 120 decibel. But here in the silent zone area, it is only 40 decibel. Above 40 is considered the noise. And next one, arrange the events in human female reproductive cycle. Right? So what are the first step? First one, here is the secretion of the FSH. First one is the secretion of the FSH. Okay. Second, when the FSH is released, remember this growth of follicular cell that takes place and oogenesis. So remember this number of days also. After growth of follicle and oogenesis, right? The next one, ovulation occurs. Okay, sorry. Sudden increase of LH. LH increases at the day of 14. And then ovulation. After LH is more, ovulation. And after that, the empty graphene follicle cells are converted into corpus luteum. It secretes the hormone called progesterone. So first, secretion of FSH. Second, growth of follicles. First A, second C. Okay, A is given here. Here is A is given A, C, E, D, B. So this one is the correct one. Remaining three are wrong. Okay, first secretion of FSH that stimulate the follicle to grow and oogenesis occurs. And after that, LH increased more and ovulation occurs exactly on the day of 14. And after that, the empty graphene follicles is converted into corpus luteum. Okay, next one, hypophyseation. Here's a question. Hypophyseation means it is injecting this one, hypophyseation, injecting the pituitary extraction. Hypophyseation is nothing but pituitary extraction. So the pituitary gland of the fish, okay, is actually removed. That is removed, and all the products or the contents are actually injected. They injected mainly to cause breeding, not to increase the size, not to increase the size, not to increase their growth. Okay, and the hormone, pituitary hormone, generally injected to cause that is a breeding in fisheries. That is a technique we follow, and the pituitary product or extract injected into the fish mainly to cause breeding as quick as possible to get more number of egg. Okay, increasing their palatability, that is wrong. And 154, alcohol absorption occurs in the stomach of human. Okay, so that is not in the intestine, it occurs in human. Excessive alcohol intake causes deficiency of the following vitamin. So more alcohol the person consumes that affect the absorption of the vitamin B1. B1 is the thiamine. B1 deficiency occurs because B1 is not absorbed by the stomach wall if the person consumes more quantity of alcohol. So not B12. B12 is the cyanocobalamin. Vitamin A is called retinol. B6 called pyridoxine. So for this B1 is the correct answer. And next one. Next question. The following drug is naturally occurring in opium. Opium, right? And it is an ingredient in many medicines and also cough syrups. Cough syrups. The first one, see this, diacetyl morphine is nothing but the heroin. Okay, it is nothing but heroin. Heroin is not used as a medicine and also cough syrup. Second one is given, codeine is the correct one. It is partially converted into morphine. This one partially converted into morphine. Caffeine is not used as a medicine because it is present in coffee. And amphetamine, okay, amphetamine, that actually it is a CNS, central nervous system stimulant. Okay, the central nervous system stimulant, it is one of the drugs. This is also not used as a medicine. Amphetamine is not used as a medicine. So codeine 2 is the correct answer for question 155. Next one, a person stung with the bee is administered penicillin medicine. The person dies. Death may be due to. See, stung a person sting with the PR. You forget this one. Okay, they may give some stories. But suppose in some cases, if the drug like penicillin is given, the penicillin sometimes or against penicillin sometimes the abnormal activity, okay, may occurs in the person, right? Abnormal activity. So the abnormal activity suddenly affects the brain of the particular victim and leads to death. These symptoms or this condition we called anaphylaxis. It is called anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis means it is nothing but that is a sudden, okay, sudden and also okay, violent death. Okay, sudden death of the individuals due to some kinds of drug like penicillin. Okay, so this is called anaphylactic shock. First one is the correct one. Not prophylactic talks. It is not an autoimmunity. So against penicillin, the antibodies are not abnormally produced and cause disease. But this one is called anaphylaxis. Sudden violent death we call anaphylaxis. So it is not occurs in all cases. Only in certain sensitive individual. Remember, it's only in sensitive individual. Is commonly occurs and leads to death of the person. It is called that is we call this as a anaphylaxis process. And next one. Okay, next question. Which one is correctly matched? The first option here is given malaria. Malaria is not caused by trypanosoma. Malaria is caused by not by mosquito. Remember, this option is not caused by mosquito. It is caused by Plasmodium or Plasmodium vivax or Plasmodium species. There are 4 species of Plasmodiums are there. So first one is wrong. Second, gonorrhea is given. Gonorrhea is not a virus. It is a bacteria. The name of the bacteria is called Neisseria gonorrhea. AIDS is not caused by bacteria. Bacillus bacteria is the virus. Syphilis, Treponema pallidum. The Treponema pallidum is the bacteria. It is a bacteria. So this is the correct answer. And 158. You note down these the days. Okay, it comes in the environmental science. So these days you have to remember. World Earth Day. Okay, World Earth Day is 22nd April. World Earth Day, 22nd April. So A3 is the correct answer. In first and third option, A3 is not given. And the next one, World Forest Day. World Forest Day, B4. So A3, B4, both options is given. And International Day for is International Day for Biological Diversity, that is 22nd May. That is C2. C2 is given, so here C1 is given. So option 4 is the correct answer. World Animal Day is 4th October. 4th October. So second option is the correct one. Next, the bird-like features of archaeopteryx. The missing link is between reptile and birds. The bird characters, bird-like character. Okay, jaws modified into beak, right? That is one of the important bird character. Jaw modified into beak. And the second one, jaws bearing teeth. It is a reptilian character. It is not a avian character. Third one, exoskeleton of feathers, bird character. Many tail with vertebrae is the reptilian character. So among these, only 1 and 3, that is given a third option. 1 and 3 is the avian character. Remaining 2 are reptilian character. Next one, the animal which have the capacity to reproduce both with or without fertilization. Without fertilization, only honeybees. Because male honeybees by parthenogenesis, female honeybees by normal sexual reproductive process. Not silk moth, not housefly, not testis flies. And the next one. Which one of the following is a matching pair of your body features and the animal possessing it? Animal possessing it. Dorsal central nervous system. Dorsal central nervous system is important characteristics of vertebrates. So in invertebrates only the nervous tissue is present in the ventral. So if you look at, if you take this earthworm, they have ventral nerve cord. Double ventral nerve cord is present, not in the dorsal side. And the pharyngeal gill slits absent in embryo of Camellia, that is present because the pharyngeal gill slits are during embryonic stage is present but later disappears. Ventral heart is present, no, it is dorsal. Posternal tail is present, here the octopus is wrong. So all three wrong. First option is the correct one. And P53 gene, P53 gene that actually helps to cause, that is suppress the activity of the cancer causing, right, genes, P53 gene. So it is a tumor suppressor gene but not a recessive gene. Tumor suppressor character is a dominant gene. Tumor developing dominant gene is wrong. Tumor developing repressive gene is wrong. Recessive gene. Tumor suppressor dominant gene is the correct one for question number 162. Next one is a nephridiophore of earthworm occurs in segments. Nephridiophore, three types of nephridiophores are present. Okay, three types of nephridiophores. These three types of nephridiophores is actually present in all segment is wrong because the peristomy and prostomy is absent. Peristomy and prostomy are the first two segments. So it is all segment except the first two is the correct one. And all segment first two and the last is wrong. Except this platellum first two segment is also wrong. So second option is the correct one for question number 163. Common features found in reptiles, aves, and mammals. Common features that is found. Air sacs. Air sac is not present in reptiles and mammals. Extra embryonic membrane is present in all because these organisms, reptiles, aves, and mammals, these organism development. You remember this? Okay, development that takes place either in uterus, especially uterus in the case of mammals, or within the egg in the case of birds and the reptiles. So in this, the developing egg is surrounded by a membrane called extra embryonic membrane is the correct answer. Regulators. These are not regulated because reptiles is a phyclothermic animal. Aves and mammals are homeothermic animal. They are maintaining the inner state constantly. And conformers are phyclothermic animals. Aves and mammals, it is a homeothermic animals are called regulators. All are not regulators, and all these are not the conformers also. Okay, so option 2 is the correct. 165. Name of the first test tube baby was born in the world. First, actually, the first test tube baby was developed by Steptoe and Edwards. Steptoe and Edwards. 2 years back, Edwards got Nobel Prize for his work, but they did the experiment in the year 1978 and succeeded in man or in human being, right? So they used, they produced this first test tube baby, that is Louis Joy Brown. So we ask one more question: who was the first person who? That is the first test tube baby developed in India. In India, that is Kanupriya Agarwal. Actually, in Calcutta, there is a Kanupriya Agarwal was first developed or produced test tube baby in India by a famous physician, and this was not completely accepted actually. That the first the man, that is the woman Anupri Agarwal developed in the year in India, developed in the year 3rd October 1978, but not officially accepted. But they accepted Harshavardhan people. It is near 16th August 1986 developed. So actually, Kanutri Agarwal was the first test baby developed or produced in India. But in the world, it is Louis Joy Brown. Right? So first option is the correct. Next one, the column 1 and 2 that is listed here. 1 and 2 is listed. Okay, 1 and 2. See, in man, see the blood, plasma and the cells are colorless. It's wrong. Plasma only colorless. So that means here you have to, right? So in man, plasma colorless and eunucleated. So AR is the correct one. AR, plasma, colorless and eunucleated. In earthworm, plasma as well as the cells. Sorry, plasma is red color. In earthworm, okay, earthworm, B, okay. Plasma is the red. Earthworm, plasma is red and colorless blood. Colorless blood corpuscles. In cockroach, plasma and the cells are colorless. There is a hemolymph. In cockroach, it is called hemolymph. Okay, in cockroach it is called hemolymph. In frog, plasma colorless and nucleated. Okay, plasma red, colorless blood corpuscles, right? In earthworm, but in man, plasma colorless nucleated organism, right? You have to look at this, the characteristics of this blood. So fourth one is not relevant to this. Option A is the correct answer for this question. Option A is the correct. It is in human blood, RBC, WBC, blood platelets are actually present in plasma. Plasma in the sense that is forming is blood. These blood corpuscles that is forming about 45%, and plasma is about 55%. The plasma is colorless, and the pigmented blood cells are present, particularly RBC. In RBC, nucleus is absent. All the cell organelles are absent in RBC. But in frog, it is nucleated RBC is present, but the plasma is colorless. There is a difference between the blood of frog and the human being. And the next one, skin. In an ideal respiratory organ, okay, in frog, because of course it is highly vascular. There is a special type of blood vessel that is supplied to the skin region called cutaneous blood vessel, and it is always kept moist because of this moist gland is there, and divide of hair and also scales. Divide of hair and scales. So all three options are correct. So because of these characteristics only, the frog able to respire through skin. So cutaneous respiration is successful because of this different characteristics. And next one, bar body is present. So you remember this, in the case of human egg cell, there are 2 X chromosomes are present. So during meiosis cell division, these 2 X chromosomes goes to 2 different gametes. So gametes contain 2 X chromosomes. Sorry, 1 X chromosome each. But when this actually fuse with the another X chromosome, male gametes, and actually XX is produced. Remember this, out of this 2 X chromosome, 1 chromosome is actually not producing all its characteristics or feminine characteristics, so 1 is sufficient. So only in somatic cell, remember this, only in somatic cell, this barbaries are present, not in gametes. Not in gametes. So see this, barbary is present in gametes of human is wrong. It is present in somatic cells of man is correct, and it is present in the it is present in the gametes of human is gametes of human is correct. Okay, gametes of human is correct. Gamete of human in the sense gamete of generally gametes of human means that is gametes of woman. Okay, only in the case of woman that is present. So first option is correct. Okay, first option is correct. And somatic cell of man is wrong. Somatic cells of only woman is the correct one. And third option, somatic cells of woman, that is correct. And 1 and 3, fourth option is correct. Okay, gametes of human in general, human including male, including female also. So first and 1 and 3 is the correct option. They are not given man alone. Gametes of human is common for both male and female. So we can consider this also correct one. 169, man cannot digest cellulose. Man means that is human. Whereas cow and other herbivore animals can, because. Remember this, what is the enzyme for digestion of cellulose? That is called cellulase. Cellulase. The cellulase actually produces, there is any exocrine gland to secrete cellulase in even herbivore animal also. So here in especially in the herbivore animal, the bacteria is abundantly present called E. coli bacteria. Escherichia coli is present. This E. coli bacteria produce the enzyme called cellulase. This one. The cellulase is responsible for digestion of cellulose. Cellulose is a carbohydrate that we know. So they have enzymes, cellulase in their stomach. Second option, they masticate it well, thoroughly by chewing the teeth, chewing. They have bacteria in their alimentary canal which digest the cellulose. Human beings are herbivores. So man cannot digest cellulose, whereas cow and other animals, because they have enzyme like the cellulase in their stomach. They have cellulase in their stomach, and stomach in the sense here, remember this is not present here, but it is present in the large intestine. Large intestine. So they mention only that is present in the stomach, first option. So not in stomach. So they have bacteria in their alimentary canal. Alimentary canal that includes large intestine. So option 3 is the correct one, not first, not second and fourth. Okay, in alimentary canal that refers to the length or from the mouth to anus, especially is abundantly present in large intestine. So option 3 is the correct answer. And next one is the symmetry of triploblastic animals. Symmetry of triploblastic animals. In triploblastic animals, you know that the 3 layers are present. That is ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Okay. The animals which possess all the 3 germ layers. Generally, they are bilateral symmetry. They have the bilateral symmetry body plan, not radial. Radial symmetry is present or that is seen only in the case of lower animal like porifera and also echinodermata. Okay, echinodermata. And the next one is non-selective process in following. What is non-selective? Non-selective process. See, during the glomerular filtration, the substance that is filtered, but the substances with the useful substances which are reabsorbed, that is reabsorbed in PCT as well as the DC, proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubule. Okay, see, look at this non-selective process. Non-selective process. So, ultrafiltration that takes place in Bowman's cup, what is called a Malpighian body. Okay, Malpighian body. And reabsorption takes place in PCT, DCT, loop of Henle or Henle's loop. Okay, and the selective process here that occurs in this three PCT, that occurs in PCT, DCT, loop of Henle, and also collecting tube or collecting duct. Right? So, two events, you remember this. So, here is a reabsorption, ultrafiltration that takes place only in the case of Malpighian body. Okay, so come to the question. Non-selective process, tubular secretion. Tubular secretion is a selective process. Right? Reabsorption of solutes in the nephron is also a selective process because only the useful substances are reabsorbed. So 1 and 2 correct. Glomerular filtration of the blood. Glomerular filtration is not a selective absorption process or selective process. So ultrafiltration takes place here in the Malpighian body or Malpighian capsule is not a reabsorption process or selective process. And next one, in human being, second cervical vertebra. What is the first one? First vertebra is called atlas. Second one is the axis. Okay. Help in the rotatory movement of the head. Rotatory movement also due to here the hip region or the two condyles are there. Okay, two condyles. So that we cannot rotate our head. That is 90 degree. We can note what's up. So through an oblique process, even this rotatory movement is because of the pre-zygomorphosis, post-zygomorphosis. These are present in the vertebral bone. Present in the vertebral bone. So we can rotate the rotatory movement of the head is due to the process called odontoid process. Odontoid process. So metaphysis, post-zygomorphosis and also pre-zygomorphosis. These two structures are that is present in the vertebral bone. Vertebral bone. So option 3 is the correct answer. And the next one, read the statement regarding muscle protein. Muscle protein. First one, actin in a thin filament and is made up of 2 F actins. That is correct answer. Okay, that is correct answer. Second one, complex protein tropomyosin is distributed regular interval is wrong because troponin is distributed. So not tropomyosin, troponin. So the structure you must know is the double, okay, standard structure is there, and globular protein. Globular proteins are like this, but in the certain interval only the troponin protein. Okay, on troponin protein, sorry, troponin is present on tropomyosin. So second option is wrong. Third question, myosin is a thick filament, which also a polymorphous protein is the correct answer. Fourth one, globular head of meromyosin consists of light meromyosin. Globular head is the heavy meromyosin. So this is also wrong. 1 and 3 correct, 2 and 4 wrong. 1 and 3 correct. 1 and 3 correct, 4 wrong. So first option wrong. This one is correct. 1, 2, 3 are correct. It is wrong. 1, 2, 4 are correct. Is also wrong. So second option is correct. Okay. So globular head of meromyosin that consists of like meromyosin, wrong. There is a heavy meromyosin which contains both the ATP binding site, okay, and also actin binding site. Two sites, two important regions are. Next one, select the correct matching of hormones and its sources. Hormones and its sources, right? So vasopressin, pituitary, post-pituitary is correct. Increased loss of water through urine. So what is the main function of this vasopressin? To absorb water. When this hormone is more, the water loss through urine is less. Through urine is less. Through urine is less. So this one is wrong. Not increased water loss, decreased water loss. Norepinephrine produced from adrenal medulla, along with the norepinephrine, epinephrine. Okay, two hormones, epinephrine and the norepinephrine. These two are responsible for increased heartbeat rate and the respiration alertness. It's the correct one. Second option. Glucagon, it is produced by beta cells of islets of Langerhans is the wrong. It is produced by alpha cell, right? And prolactin, of course, by prolactin, posterior pituitary. It is not from posterior; it is anterior pituitary. Prolactin is produced by anterior pituitary. So option 2 is the correct answer. Remaining are wrong. 175. Addison's disease is actually due to deficiency from this adult cortex called cortisol. Cortisol deficiency leads to Addison's disease. Tetany, it is due to less secretion of this parathyroid hormone from parathyroid gland. Acromegaly, that is low secretion of pituitary hormones in adults. Myxedema, less secretion of thyroid hormone. So A3 is that is given in 3 options. B4 here is also B4. So A option is wrong. Acromegaly C1. So option 3 is the correct answer. So remaining are wrong. And a diagram. First one is given is Nereis. It belongs to phylum Annelida. Earthworm is also Annelida. Leech is also Annelida. Remember this. They all belongs to same phylum. Among these, actually, we have is both unisexual, bisexual organisms. And here, double E is unisexual. Is wrong. Double E is unisexual. X is bisexual and expel out nitrogen through nephridia. Okay, sorry. Unisexual is correct. This one is correct because Nereis unisexual is correct. This is a bisexual is correct and eliminate the waste in the form of nephridia is also correct. And Y is a bisexual, leech, correct. And blood sucking parasite. This is sanguinary parasite, so this is correct one. And fertilization is external in W, right? Where internal in X and Y. External W is correct, but X and Y internal is wrong. In earthworm, and this one is wrong. So option 4th option is the correct one. 4th option is the incorrect statement. 177. See this first husband of Asha had ABO blood type A. That means in A blood group, the genotype may be IA, or another option is IA and IO. Okay, that is first. And their child had O type. So O type in the sense, O type, that will come to the answer. She remarried and had a second husband that is as a B blood group. So B blood group means the second husband genotype may be IB or IB and IO. Okay, so then only this one is forming A blood group, this one is forming B blood group, and their child has AB type. So what is the ABO genotype of Asha, and also name her blood types? What may be the blood group of this Asha? So here the question is given, their children or child has O blood group. O blood group means obviously, right? This one we have. This one may have IA. Okay, her husband blood group is genotype is IA, right? So first husband ABO type A, and the child has O blood group. O blood group. O blood group means here if the genotype of this particular lady, if it is I. Here is a IAIO, and the first baby is IO blood group, and in the second husband, after that they getting this AB blood group. Remember this also, AB blood group. So here O blood group, here AB blood group. Here A blood group, O blood group, here AB blood group. So the genotype of Asha. The genotype of Asha may be IA and IO. If she has the blood group like IA and IO, remember this, if she marry a person with A blood type, that is IA and IA, obviously, okay, IA and IO. The person, maybe if it is IA and IO, right? So they have the chance to get this O blood group, IO for the first husband. Second one, if she has the IO blood group and marries this IBIO blood group person, they have another chance to get the blood group like the AB blood group. So this IAIO may be the genotype of IAIO is the genotype of Asha, and a blood group is the A blood group is the correct answer. So IAIO, not blood type O, not IB, not IAIB, is IAIO blood type and A blood group person. So this is the blood group or genotype of Asha, and this may be the genotype of the first husband, and IBIO is the genotype of the second husband. Right? So you have to find out the correct answer for this kind of questions. Right? You have to calculate it carefully. Next one, select the incorrect statement from the following. That is question number 178. Birds and mammals like animals are nearly all plants maintain inner constant state or maintain a constant internal temperature. Birds and mammals, remember these two are called homeothermic animals. So of course they may maintain the inner temperature constantly. Second, an orchid growing an epiphyte on a mango branch is an example of commensalism. Okay, that is correct, because both are getting benefit. Because of their relationship, both are not harmed. That is correct one. Third option, in brood parasitism, parasitic bird lays its egg in the nest of the host, lets the host to incubate the cuckoo. That is correct. In commensalism, one species harmed whereas another is unaffected. This is also correct. So select the incorrect statement. Birds and mammal-like animals are, of course, they maintain the inner state, but all plants are not maintaining inner state constantly. So first option is wrong for question number 178. Plants are not maintaining inner state constantly. Next one, match the list 1 with the 2. Match the list 1 with 2. See, for this okay. See, for this question, I want to bring this image. I want to bring this image. Look at this. Okay, look at this one. This is the population density chart. This is a population density chart. Okay, so this is first of all, this one, the two. See the first option. There is a Pacific salmon fish. This one, Pacific salmon fish. Okay, Pacific salmon fish. It is the breeds. Okay, only once in lifetime. Second option is the correct one. And the next question, I will come to the third option later. Oyster is a large number of small sized offspring. The small sized offspring is called spat. Then it is called a spat. And this is the first formula. NT is the first formula. Remember this. NT equal to N0 ERT. Okay, this is a ERT. This is exponential growth. This is a formula for exponential growth. Okay, here NT, this one is the population density. NT is the population density. Population density. Okay, that is after time t. After time t. And N0, it is a population density at the time 0. Population density at the time 0. Right? And R refers to, it is the intrinsic factor or a percentage of growth. Percentage of the population growth. Percentage of population growth. And E refers to this Euler's number. Okay, Euler's number. You remember this formula 1. And another one, you remember another formula, that is this one, dN by dt equal to Rn and k minus n by k. Here, this is the population density n, the number of population in a given period of time. In a given period of time, these are reaching the maximum level, or it is called the climax. Reaching the climax. The climax is determined by the amount of source, amount of resources. Okay, amount of resources. So the population density at the time. Okay, here is also dN by dt equal to Rn into k minus n by k. It is called logistic growth. Logistic growth. In this logistic growth is a, as I said, R is the percentage of growth, or it is a there is an intrinsic rate of natural increase. The K, this one is the carrying capacity. It's called a carrying capacity. It's called carrying capacity. Right? When the carrying capacity is less, carrying capacity K is less, right? The population growth, when it is reaching the climax, right? The curve is become S-shaped curve, or this is a sigmoid curve. So, because of the limited resources K, the population density in the particular given area in a given time is less or constant. It is not growing more. So, in this place, the natural resources or available sources are less. But if the resources are more, that actually helps to the more reproductive rate as well as more immigration. The population grows more. That is called exponential growth. It's called exponential growth. So for these two formula for exponential growth curve is the J-shaped curve. This one is the J-shaped curve. This one is the S-shaped curve or sigmoid curve. So remember this formula. The dN by dt. This one is called Versal-Paul logistic growth. This is a logistic growth, right? Versal-Paul, that is explained this one. And the exponential growth is the J-shaped curve. Okay, logistic growth is the sigmoid. This sigmoid. You remember this two also important in what is it? In the population growth rate. In population growth. So for this, the correct option A2. A4 is given. Here A3 is given. B. Here A2 is given only in fourth option. So A2, B3, C4 and D1. So option 4 is the correct answer. And the next one, emphysema. Emphysema is a lung disorder. It is caused by, because emphysema is nothing but damage in the cross walls of alveoli. Is caused by A and treated with B. So what is A and B respectively? Emphysema is not caused by any microbes. So salmonella is not there. Here streptococcus not causing this disease. Streptococcus and lactobacillus albumin are useful one. It is caused by it occurs here because of cigarette smoking, and it can be treated by using this alpha-1 antitrypsin. Alpha-1 antitrypsin is the that is the correct answer for this question. The next option is given cigarette smoking. Not cigarette smoking, that is correct one. Not antihistamine, because this one is not a allergic problem, or it is not an allergic disease. Okay, emphysema is not an allergic disease, and this one antihistamine is not produced. The using antihistamine is generally given when the allergens or allergic response shown by our immune system. Shown by our immune system, antihistamine is given. So for this cigarette smoking, okay, can be treated by using this one. Emphysema is caused by cigarette smoking. That can be treated by using this alpha-1 antitrypsin. That is the correct answer. Okay, so dear students, so just we have completed only is a one question. There is a Narayana material, and we have a few more questions. Already the Chaitanya material and also Green Park materials also is have been sent to you. You go through all the questions, and in some places the answer key, okay, what they have given is also some wrong answer is given. So you look, don't check only the question and answers, check the book content also very carefully, and if you have the doubt, just you can call me, or you can call your teachers and we'll discuss later. I wish you all the best for your tomorrow's examination. So do well and concentrate more, and I'll give you more time. Okay, now I'm giving more time for complete revision. You prepare up to night 10 o'clock and get ready for tomorrow's class. Thank you very much. We'll meet in the next class. Right? Thank you.